Okay, are you guys back? I lost my keeps. Okay. Yeah, the internet is not people's friends, especially out here right now. Okay, so getting back to what your stuff says, Pauline. So what I was saying, I'm not sure where it cut out, so I'm just going to say what it was saying here. It's almost like emotionally, it's like this draining feeling of more being given than what's being received, which I was saying, like, earlier, be careful of that with how Venus is in Virgo right now. So definitely, if you're feeling that with any of your relationships, kind of pull back a little bit, and definitely some things you may feel like, because the Nine of Cups is upright, it's almost like kind of like a wish fulfillment type things happening, like emotional wish fulfillment. And so with that being reversed, it's almost like that's being withheld from you. But you also have the Four of Cups here reversed, which means you're starting to see things a little differently. And by seeing things different, like there's actually opportunity as opposed to not really being interested in anything, you're helping actually move things forward here, having this World card here. Because it's almost like it's going to keep turning no matter what, but since you're actually shifting your own perspective on how you're approaching this situation, it's going to start, the turning is actually going to be really in your favor and start bringing in. Because if you notice in this card, there's actually this beautiful full moon here as well, and we have two of those this month. So it wouldn't surprise me if by the time we have the Taurus full moon, if you've actually worked through a lot of this, because we have on this other side over here, because I feel like this is a choice. Like I said, you got the Two of Swords as your bottom of the deck energy, so it's like you needing to take this blindfold off and like really make the choice here. So this choice is really getting it going, like really changing the perspective and seeing the opportunity and learning from what didn't come of this situation or relationship, what you thought it should have been, and realizing that it opened doors for you to do something different. But if you stay in this energy over here that is more physical, this is like healing emotionally, whereas this is staying more in this physical aspect. Because if you're looking at this person right here, it's almost like the weight of what is in their mind is affecting them physically, and it's like they're not seeing how they can change, because there's butterflies trying to come to them, but it's like they're completely closed off to the change. And then all the beauty up here as well, it's like everything is just pulled away from them, and they're feeling like they're just left here. But the thing is, they are creating this bubble. So the choice over here is saying that staying in this energy of creating this feeling of this is my environment and I have to live in it. And it's almost like this thing here where with the Hangman, it's like you gain different perspectives through going through, how can I put this? You gain different perspectives through like learning lessons and going through withholding a lot of things from yourself. But at the same time, I feel like being coupled with this is almost like you're not realizing that you can stop as well. It's like you don't have to just leave yourself hanging basically because you feel like, you know, you need to keep being put through more and more. You need to pull back from that mindset and be more in the mindset of moving forward with this energy and healing with like this water energy as well, like following your intuition and healing with the water energy. Because with this, it's feeling more physical, and then having these swords down here, it's like a mental thing as opposed to a healing. So even though this Five of Swords is reversed, and it's like you're starting to be able to make sense of some things, because like the Hangman also helps with perspectives, it's like you're being pushed to make a choice to either be more focused on your external world right here or your internal with the emotions. So with the emotions, you have a lot greater response this week if you work on that, as opposed to paying attention to trying to change your perspective to the external. Because when you work externally, trying to go inward is always a lot harder. It's a lot more difficult to try to change the things around you to help change the inside, because you haven't done anything to the inside yet. So it's like you don't even really know what you want the outside to look like. So you can be changing it a whole lot and nothing is really helping in the sense that subconsciously like what you need. So it's like making the choice this week to choose to, even if it's hard, really understand the emotions and heal them, so you can keep turning like this wheel here and moving forward, or choosing to be more focused externally and putting yourself through extra pain in order to have like a slight mental release. So it's basically making that choice. Do you want emotional healing, or do you want kind of an easy fix this week with just kind of focusing externally and having a little bit of mental peace? But definitely, like they're saying here, it's like you need to step back and just take off the blindfold and realize you have the choice in the situation. What's up? The OMG, what's up? It is, though. I'm gonna pull you a little affirmation. I know, I'm so addicted to these. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm like so addicted to these. I'm gonna pull you a little affirmation for your week. Destiny, my dreams show me that I am the co-creator of my life and destiny, which is literally saying that you're the one that's making the choice. Like that Two of Swords energy, you're the one that's choosing which way you want to go. I just love this little deck, it's so cute. But, so let's see if Owen gives some love to... I'll give some love, oh, you're welcome, hun, to my familiars tarot here, the kitties and other animals. So let's see Owen's week. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. But, so, you had the Queen of Pentacles upright fall out with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So, I feel like this Queen of Pentacles upright is your energy, like you're really starting to feel a little more secure in the decisions you're making. Oh, and then, oh, hello. So we have Kitty. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so those came out together, telling a lovely story. But with this Queen of Pentacles energy over here, I feel like it's you really coming into feeling more secure in decisions you're making and trying to make your space more your space. And then also having, like, you know, your boundaries and respecting them. But at the same time, being irritated with this Nine of Pentacles energy because it's like this very stuck energy where it's like, you know, you're doing all this stuff yourself, like you're doing all this personal growth yourself, but at the same time it's like a lot of the physical circumstance is saying the same. So it's like that slow moving or stagnant energy is a little bit irritating to you. And over here we have the Knave of Wands, which is the I keep wanting to say Prince, but the Page of Wands, which is like someone coming in, you know, new ideas, creativity, all this fun stuff, exciting things. Oh, we got some movement in here with this unicorn, but at the same time, it's like this coming in, it's like you're being given this choice here to accept this new or not, because what's coming of it right here with this Hierophant reversed is like a lot of times the Hierophant represents like marriage and stuff like that, but I feel more in the sense that it's doing right now is more the spiritual aspect. Because when the Hierophant is reversed, in a spiritual sense, it's like breaking tradition of what's normally considered proper religion. And it's like kind of going outside the box, doing your own thing that is looked at as being rebellious. So it's almost like if I was to look at this wands with what we have here and like how your energy is, it's almost making me feel like a lot of things that are happening in your relationships are helping you to connect to these creative energies coming to you. But wands also are very spiritual. So these new experiences you're having with spirituality are actually helping you shape what you consider is true for you, and some people might look at it like, you know, against the grain or like not understanding it, but for you it's your truth. And you being able to be in the energy of knowing you're starting to find your security, even if it's you feel like other shit's not moving, but it's like you're moving. Even if like your outside world is stagnant and kind of stuck right now because of certain things, internally you're making the choice to choose you, and it's opening you up to these like new experiences that's helping you to keep pushing forward and actually learn your own way of expressing yourself spiritually. Oh, check this out. You got the Magician. Okay. Oh, that's interesting how I set that there. Okay. So we have the Magician here. Woo! Sorry, didn't mean to hit you guys. I'm smacking you guys all over the place. Okay. But, we got the Magician here with the Chariot, so it's almost, that's why I'm really feeling like this is still connecting spiritually. Like, having this Magician here and, like, coming into your power, like, with this, like, stability that you're starting to feel. And feeling like you can actually, if you really put your mind to it, start manifesting the things you really want to do. It's giving you that, like, courage to keep pushing forward, even though, like I said, with this Knight of Pentacles, you're up against this thing where it's like, you know, with death you need to release it so you can purge and move on from it. But it's like you're having this difficulty moving on from this situation. Obviously it's like painful, irritating, a bunch of shit. But it's like it's so slow moving from it that it's like this feeling right here, like, look, I know I can do it though, and that's the whole thing. You just gotta hold on to the fact that you can do it and keep focusing internally, because you're doing a lot of really good internal work here, and it's really helping you come into your own and want to move forward, and you're going to be able to push through this energy right here. But it's probably not going to happen this week, since like this week it's still like this. So the energy is probably still going to be kind of like stuck this week, because Pluto just went direct today, so it's like really helping you in the sense of deep diving. Yeah, I like how you got the Nine of Cups like Pauline did. Definitely warning you against giving up what you really want, and also falling back into, like, this is the only cups you've gotten, so I think this is more of a warning for you. Because you're working so hard internally, don't fall back into where you're doing old patterns where you were giving, where you, like, no matter what relationship it is, it can be any kind of relationship, but don't fall back into patterns where you're dropping your boundaries that you're learning to create for yourself, because it'll keep you stuck in this energy longer, because your emotions aren't attached to all this growth that you're having. Like, you're really working hard at it. So staying away from allowing your emotions to take over or pull you back into the old ways will help you move out of that stagnant energy quicker. Yeah, you got the moon. Look at that bunny. You got a lot of major arcana, by the way. So this, yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana here out of out of 10 cards. 6 of them are major arcana. So this week is going to be like, I really think you're going to feel the Pluto energy, because it's a very transformative energy, which is probably why you're going to be a little irritated with the bit of stagnance you feel, because it's like you can feel this great push to really be changing, because having this much is like really significant change. So this week you're going to be doing a lot of really significant change, but at the same time it's going to be very internal, and your external isn't going to be as reflective because it's still going to be in this slow moving kind of thing where it's not moving at the speed that you're growing internally. So just keep trusting your intuition because the moon is in a lot of your cards here. Keep trusting your intuition, as well as realizing when you get confused, more than likely what's happening is you're falling into this emotion place, and try to be objective and realize that yes, okay, like my external is kind of stuck. I'm a little stuck this week in this. Keep coming back to focusing on yourself. Like, keep making the choice to come back and do the work on yourself instead of focusing on the external that's staying stuck, so you don't fall into this energy and you're more in the energy of your intuition, because that's what this is right here, is all your intuition coming through. So this is a really deep dive discovery week for you, and not a external, like things are popping up and changing on the outside week. So the less you focus on your external changing and more on what you're doing internally, the better for you. But it'll be a big change though with all these major arcanas that came out for you. Yeah, this deck is really pretty. Like I was saying, I have some decks in here that I haven't been showing love in a bit, so I want to show them some love. And let me pull you your little affirmation. So we got awaken, I feel energized, and begin my day with gratitude. So it's basically like, just that is an internal thing. That's another thing. Just really wake up and get in the mindset of doing things for you and being grateful for what you have. That's like a big internal shift when you just wake up and keep doing that. Ooh. It is actually hot today though. Give me just a second. I'm telling you, I'm just going like so slowly with flow today. It's ridiculous that I'm forgetting things. Yeah, this isn't a put yourself last week. Like, do not put yourself last this week. Okay. I forgot to do that. Oh no. It is very sunny out today and hot. And we still have the fires going on too. I think the air, I don't know, I didn't really look like I did yesterday outside at how the air was. I've done synastry charts. The way that, it's funny because I got this like weird click thing that made a lot of sense one night. That basically, to me, it makes sense in my mind. I don't know if this is how other people do it. But to me, synastry charts are just a lot like transit charts where you're seeing how things are interacting with each other. And like how the aspects are going to act on it. It's like how someone's planet is basically like a transit acting on your stuff. So, but I love doing transit stuff. So synastry is like one of those things. Like I didn't even realize that was kind of natural for me to do. Like looking at stuff, and I could find very random things in it, and also kind of how people connect with if they're good at helping people draw out their gifts or not, depending on how their planets interact together. I do find synastry interesting though. I probably should put that I could do that on my website because I don't even I don't even put everything that I can do on there because I forget half the time. Just put transit or synastry. But that's what I mean. Like it wasn't like I looked that up or anything. Did you do it on one of those things like Cafe Astrology or something? Hello. Yeah, I can do a weekly energy read for you before we start the pick a card. Well, I'm not gonna. I used to use Cafe Astrology years ago, but when I did mine and my boyfriend's on there, like not even gonna lie, it showed us having way more messed up stuff than good, and everything that it said didn't make sense at all because I was like, we don't have that issue at all because a lot of it negated because of the experiences we had because of how we met because we were supposed to have big communication issues, but since we were long distance for 3.5 years, all we really had was communication, so that kind of like went out the window. But it's like I feel like a lot of places are so generic with how they spit out synastry stuff. They don't really go deep into why things would be difficult or how to really work through it or anything like that. Or if you've even we got some Two of Wands energy for your week so far. Let's see. That's good. Drop some baggage. Yeah, you definitely need to drop that. Okay, so for your reading for this week, it's almost like you have this choice right now, because right now the wheel is turning, like things are starting to happen. A lot of things this week, you're coming to this space where you're learning to drop stuff that doesn't belong to you, which is good, because that kind of comes with the self-care aspect of Virgo with this Venus transit. And it seems like one of the main things you're working on dropping is this energy, like this King of Cups energy, whether this is a person, situation, or just things with yourself that you're working on. It's a lot about confusion and lack of control, and also it can be a very delusional kind of energy, as well as deceitful and dishonest as well. So depending on, if you could be dropping multiple things with it being the Ten of Wands, so it could be person, situation, and actual problems, since you have the Devil here with different issues. Now, what's interesting is you have the Well linked up with the Devil, which the Well is all about like really getting back to the basics and really jumping into your creativity and being more in connection with the earth and grounding yourself and finding the energy of security. So moving on from this feeling of the codependency and the different things that have probably formed out of having all of these burdens you've been carrying, it's almost like you're learning that from going through this, you had a very large lack of boundaries. And you're having to make the choice to either stay in this energy or move into this energy, because like I said, no matter what choice you make, things are already in motion here. And depending on what choice you make while you're trying to release these burdens, you actually are either going to bring in more opportunities for yourself, or you're going to end up making it to where it slows down and you're kind of stuck until you can move out of this energy. And oh, hey, Nicole. That's really good, like with sticking to the boundaries, because if you're finally starting to do that, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be able to step more into the energy where you're able to express yourself but be grounded at the same time, to where this energy isn't affecting you as much, because it's a really taking energy. And what makes me feel like, because you have the Queen of Cups here reversed as well, so this was like you were saying, like you and your wife kind of thing, but both reversed. So this relationship was toxic because it was like the negative traits of both were coming out in it, and you being able to release yourself from it, it's almost like this energy is what was on top of everything. Because since it's bottom of the deck, it's like the really overbearing energy, and you making the choice to choose to move forward and try to break the cycle that this caused will really help you break out of the tendencies that were like literally like made in this relationship and be able to move forward and actually cleanse it. It's almost like if you look at this person here, she's actually doing like a big cleansing with like all the smoke being outside near the water. It's just like this massive cleansing happening here. So it's like really getting rid of this energy here that came from this toxicity. But it's a choice to make. And since you're making that choice, especially since Pluto's going direct today, it's like a major transformative energy. And you have two major arcana as well as one of these special cards. Like this is one of the cards that's special to this deck. So it's a very strong energy. And since this is like, I think, really representative of your relationship, it's really tying into this. So keep doing what you're doing and keep putting your boundaries up. Really protect your energy, because it doesn't seem like this person is a very kind person, especially if both of you, it seems like this relationship really brought out the worst in both of you. But it's like you took on a lot of the burdens of what was going on in it, because these burdens are like right on you, they aren't on her. It's like you took the burdens on and you're learning that since they're not mine, I can just get rid of them. Like they really aren't mine. It's like coming to that realization. But definitely just know you're heading towards the right choice, because this being upright means that you're already on the move with it and you've already seen it for what it is, and you're doing the work you need. And this week it's just going to keep moving forward. Like I don't see any slow movement here. All I'm seeing is wands as far as movement goes, and wands are like fast moving energy. It's like fire. And like Pluto, it's like purging. And plus you have the wheel that's just turning already with the Wheel of Fortune. And the emotions are all tied into the relationship. So this week it's like fast moving energy. This isn't going to be like paddle energy. Like this is like kind of like a boom 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 thing happening like throughout the week, where you're just constantly dropping more and more that you don't need, because you're making the decision to drop it. Because you don't want to stay like this. Like you want to get back to how you are, so that way you can move into this energy instead of having that connection that makes you feel this way. But just keep it up and keep releasing this right here, because it seems like there's multiple things that were placed on you. Just keep making the choice to consciously release it and put up the boundaries, because it seems like since this energy is so prominent for the week, she's probably going to be bothering you a lot. So just kind of put up your boundaries, protect your energy, and really focus on you and what you want to do, as opposed to what you're trying to be wrapped back into. Because since this is upright and so prominent, it could be easily that you can get pulled into things you don't need to. So really focus on boundaries so you can be here instead. But that is what's going on this week for you, hun. Journaling is really good. You're welcome. From what I'm seeing, you're doing a good job. It's not like you're shutting yourself off or anything, and you're working on yourself too. You just don't want to let her drag you back into that situation, since her energy is wanting to hang on things. I'm going to draw you a little affirmation for this week too. Oh, there you go. So, peace. I create peace, prosperity, and joy in my life. Which is literally what that whole thing was. Is you choosing yourself and creating that for yourself. Okay, so if no one else wants a personal weekly read, I'm going to go ahead and start intuitively picking some crystals for the pick a card. Oh, you're welcome, hon. Oh, hey, baby. And welcome, my new people. So, how do you want me to say your names? Do you want me to call you, Chica and a guy? Or Chai? Like, how do you want me to... Okay, Anna. You know, every time I see no glow, it's like I know you're Gloria, and then I keep not remembering Gloria. I don't know why. You even have glow there. Chira. Oh, hey, Carla. So, for my new peoples, what I'm going to do, the main thing for today, is going to be a pick a card for everybody. And what I do is I intuitively pick my crystals, and I tell you guys the meanings after the reading, because usually they tie into the reading. But I'll do a pick a card for the weekly energy. And if you guys want your own personal weekly forecast, I can do that for you too, both before and after. So if you'd rather wait to get your weekly forecast after, in case maybe you picked a pile and like you want something more specific because you know what pile you picked, you can do that. Or you can do it before we start the piles and see how it goes with the pile you pick. It's whichever way you guys want to do it. So if someone else wants to do one right now, I'll do it right now. If not, I'll do the pick a card and do personals for you guys after the pick a card. So it's up to you guys. Because I know Gloria said she's open to timing, so. So would you guys want me to go ahead and start the pick a card, and then if you guys want to do a personal at the end, I'll get your personals at the end? Okay. So, also, for the ones that have already been here, I already know it's a yes for them. But I also, before, because I'll pick the crystals out for you guys to choose, and then before we do it, I do a singing triangle meditation. So that way, just kind of mellow everything out. Even though I have this music over here, they'll probably put everyone to sleep too. But I'm going to do the singing triangle meditation as well. I don't know how many of you have heard a singing triangle before. But I do that, and then I go into doing the readings as well. So it kind of gives you extra time to pick a crystal if you aren't sure. And also, if you're drawn to any crystal, just tell me, and I will tell you about it, because a lot of times your intuition will pull you to something because you need to know more about it as well. And plus, I know a lot of astrology as well. I'm an astrologer too, so if you have astrology questions, that's why you hear me talking about the planets and their transits and stuff while I'm doing readings. But let me go ahead and see which ones I'm drawn to for you guys. And if you hear random noise, just do your best to ignore it. So let's see, where am I being pulled to for you guys today? For the weekly energy advice. You know what? I'm feeling some spheres today, so we're gonna pull out my lapis lazuli and my amethyst eggie, my aura rose quartz, and my rainbow clear quartz. So these are going to be the choices for the readings for you guys. I know I said spheres and I got a random egg, but it's it's ovally. But so just pick whatever you're more drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one, you could have more than one message. So don't feel like if you're getting pulled to more than one, listen to that and then just pay attention to the reading and take out of it probably what it was trying to tell you. But if you guys are ready, I will go ahead and start my singing triangle meditation unless anyone has a question before I start. Don't ever feel like you have to be quiet if you have a question. Oh, thank you. Believe it or not, this isn't actually my altar. This is my workspace. My altar is in my bedroom. And that has a whole bunch of stuff going on, as well as plants on there as well. To be honest, when I got stuff, I wasn't trying to create anything. I just kind of started getting stuff I was drawn to, and then eventually I was like, okay, I have a bunch of stuff and I need to put it somewhere. I don't feel like a my bad kind of thing. But I just started collecting, and then once I got so much, I was like, I need space, and then I cleared off a big space, and then started creating things. Like I got like this shelving type clear box thing that I just made into like a chakra tower, like from with the colors of the gems going from the root up to the crown. And then I have like a bunch of spheres and stuff, and huge raw chunks of different things, and different like type deity things, ancestor things, plants, like things just kind of kept coming to it. So it's like this thing all on its own now. So that my one in my room looks a lot different than this one right here, because I use this one for reading, so I need like, you know, all this space here for doing the readings. But in there it's like it's just completely filled. It doesn't have room for anything except for what I put there. But let's go ahead and start. Okay. So that was our short singing triangle meditation. So I'm going to pick some decks, which I have a lot of decks. If you're new here, for the ones that aren't new here, they know that I have multitudes of decks that everyone still hasn't seen all of them. But I'm going to pick some decks that I feel will go for the pick-a-cards today. I really feel like we need to have a little bit of astro energy today with Pluto going direct. So I'm going to use the Numinous Astro deck as some oracle. I want to use really being pulled to using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot today. So I'm going to use that tarot. Nice. We'll use these ones. The Secret Language of Light Oracle. And I have one more in my mind that I was going to use. Oh yeah, we definitely need this. So we're going to do sacred self-care as well, because we definitely need to be taking care of ourselves right now. And at the very end, I always pull some affirmations. And that's the Sweet Dreams affirmation deck. So, go ahead and get started with my lapis lazulis, whoever picked lapis lazuli. So, I'm going to move my other babies off to the side. Spend some time with my little bear over here. There. And we just have you up here. So did anyone choose the lapis lazuli sphere? Unless you want to keep it a secret. I know some people are like, I ain't saying it till the end. Because I'll go ahead and tell you guys, I do say things like they are. I'm not one of those fluffers, so if people's guides are coming through, you can ask some of the people that watch me. I will tell you what they're saying the way they want to say it. So if you're being hard-headed and they've been trying to get through to you, a lot of times that'll come through in readings too. So let's see. First, I want to see what the main theme of the lapis lazuli group is this week. So what's your main focus, your main theme this week? Oh, that's interesting. So we got, I'll hold it up so you guys can see because these cards are actually really pretty. So you guys got variance, which is actually really interesting because with this energy, it's like really opening yourself up to being more adaptable to the energies that are coming in. It's also learning to almost be more spontaneous and creative with what you're being given, because a lot of things will come down through more of a spiritual understanding than that of like the mental and the emotional. It's like it's almost like clearing that up because you're allowing the spiritual messages to come through and kind of help you create and kind of ground the energy through creating. And it helps you actually understand yourself better as well. Oh, interesting. So we have sensitivity. And I want to show you guys the bottom of the deck and just talk about it real quick. You got authentic truth for the bottom of the deck. So with that energy, definitely it's all about really using your throat chakra and being open, especially since you guys have so much blue up here. It's really going to be about expressing what is your truth this week, because if you're holding back, it's almost like you aren't fully opening yourself to what's coming through to you. And a lot of times when you're being given messages, it's because you really need to speak them, as opposed to feeling like you're boxed in. Because with the sensitivity here, a lot of times if we let our emotions overtake, we actually don't allow ourselves the freedom to really say what we need to. But when we're objective and we're able to pull away and come at it from a sense of having love for ourselves while we're communicating, because that comes about in the form of having boundaries and being able to say no when you know someone is taking advantage or not respecting how you feel on a situation, or possibly taking things without any kind of respect or any idea of reciprocity. But it's knowing that you are important and having the I am energy, almost like that Aries energy that's with the Mars retrograde right now. It's being able to be retrospective with that energy and build confidence with it, as opposed to lashing out and being angry and being irritable. And just, there's ways to speak truth as opposed to shouting it. If you can come from a calm place of speaking it, it's healing, as opposed to abrasive and holding you back from really pushing forward with it. So let me go on to my next one for you guys. I'm going to pull some of this numinous deck over here to get some of the, because I was already talking about some of the planetary energies, but I want to see the main energies affecting my lapis lazuli. And also, once I find that out, I can tell you guys how to use them to your benefit, as opposed to letting them kind of take over, because it's very easy for them to do that. So let's see what these main planetary energies you guys have right now are. They're wanting to jump. Okay, if you could stay. Had this happen with my full moon reading. They just wanted to fly out. They wanted to fly out and go psycho. Okay. I just talked about Mars retrograde, and this is Mars action in reverse. So it's like Mars retrograde energy. Okay, so it's bringing up again what I just talked about. So the Mars retrograde, it has the word action on this card, and it's like I was saying, think before you act and be objective, because the Mars retrograde, sorry about the noise, the Mars retrograde, what it does is, if we aren't conscious of what we're doing and how things are building up in us, it's almost like we collect it, because retrogrades, it's almost like a revisiting. So there could be different things coming up that are being brought to you, and you're just kind of like, why am I having to go through this again? And it's very annoying when you feel like you've already dealt with it enough and now you're dealing with it again. So with this energy, instead of feeling the whole like, why am I dealing with this again, it should be more of like, okay, objectively, I know I'm dealing with this right now, but I need to take what I've been learning and apply it differently this time around. Like, how can I approach this situation differently than I have in the past? So it helps you see how you've grown by being able to kind of rein in your emotions. And then we also have here the 8th house, which is intimacy. Now, the 8th house deals a lot with, of course, sex. It's the 8th house. It's ruled by Scorpio. But it can also deal with negative aspects like obsession and just like the dark side of going through, how can I put this? It's almost like the fear aspect of love. Like, you can have like that very deep emotional connection of like unwavering trust type of love, or you can have like that jealousy and the fear and the not being able to let go feeling that's very suffocating. And since intimacy is the word up here, and Mercury is actually in Scorpio right now, So communication-wise, there's going to be a lot of secrets. There's going to be a lot of very deep, dark things coming to the surface that are being communicated. And Mars, Scorpio, 8th house. Yeah, so this is really going to be hitting you, because Mercury is actually going retrograde on the 14th in Scorpio, so you're going to have a retrograde Mercury sitting in there with your Mars. So that is definitely going to be affecting like how you are putting yourself out there, and if you're not careful, you can really come off, because the thing is, you're going to be learning a lot of things, and if there's some things you didn't know and they start coming up, it's probably really going to piss you off, because having a Mars in Scorpio is almost like, because Mars and Pluto both kind of jointly rule Scorpio, so it's kind of in its own thing, even though Pluto is more the ruler of Scorpio. But Mars is more the fiery ruler, whereas Pluto is more the transformative energy. So having your Scorpio there, it's almost like you are driven, especially in the 8th house. It's being extremely driven to get to the bottom of shit. And having Mercury there, it's almost like in retrograde, you're going to really be thinking back on some things, and then things are going to be coming up, and when you're learning them, be really careful with how you're expressing it. Like I was saying with this, be objective. Don't rush into it with this Mars energy, because it could easily backfire on you if you aren't careful. Because you don't want things blowing up in your face because you rushed in without thinking. So just kind of step back and make sure you're very grounded in your energy before approaching any situation, even if it really pisses you off. Because you want to be the one that comes out on top, not the one that is dealing with cleaning up an aftermath. So let's see. And Thursday, I think, is when it went into Scorpio. And then, yeah, we have semi-sextile here, which what it's saying is allowing. And that's like what I was telling you guys. Just allow things to happen as they are, and allow the clarity to come in. And watch out for the flaring tempers. Like, really just kind of hold, because it's going to be so easy for those to flare up right now. And the more you are able to understand that about yourself, the more you're going to be able to grow, and you'll be rewarded for that growth, because that's what Pluto does. And since Pluto has gone direct today, it's really wanting us to work on our transformation and what have we learned, and really kind of be reborn through the fire. So just really, keep the faith that things will get better, because it seems right here with this reputation with the 10th house, whatever's been going on or is going to be happening this week, it's going to be kind of on Front Street for a lot of people, and you probably aren't going to like the fact, especially having Scorpio Mercury. It's more of like privacy when communicating as opposed to broadcasting it. So if certain things that are private are being broadcasted and it feels like it's affecting your reputation, it's almost going to be like this feeling of like, you're screwing up my career, you're screwing up what I'm creating, and it's really going to make it easy for things to flare up. And it's one of those things where you have to keep your cool, because the thing is, when you give in to what someone else is doing, it gives it more power. Because the thing is, they could be doing something, but if you don't react to it, a lot of times people will be like, I don't think that person knows what they're talking about, because what they're saying doesn't match up with what the other person's doing. So it kind of gets dropped a lot faster than you reacting to it. Yeah, because right here, when I did my full moon video, Neptune is actually coming through kind of like I guess you can call it, how can I put this? I keep wanting to say geyser, which I guess is kind of what's needed right now. But it's like really cooling off a lot of stuff if we can step into it. Because Neptune is like 12th house energy. Sorry, I need more of my water. The air quality out here is horrible. But the Neptune energy is very 12th house energy. It's really spiritual. It's very about connection. But it's also a universal kind of unconditional loving energy. And that's not just for other people, it's for yourself too. So being able to give that to yourself is what's going to help you with your boundaries and allow you to kind of step back and not let what other people are doing rile you, because you know what's going on. Because with this Neptune being upright and it talking about dreams, it's like you either, because it could be multiple things happening right now with Pluto, you could be getting dreams that are trying to help you with understand, what's going on, how to deal with certain situations, things like that. If that's happening, keep a dream journal. But it could also be about pursuing your dreams, because since we have this 10th house here, which is career, it could be about pursuing those, but you feeling like you can't go after it because of what other people are doing to reputation, which isn't true. Your reputation doesn't take away what you want to do, what's your heart desire. So just understand that emotionally you could be easily riled with these transits right now, but what's important is to just keep moving forward and really grounding your energy and understanding. External isn't as important as internal right now. So the next one I'm going to pull for you guys is some tarot. So let me get out my tarot. So now that we know what kind of planets are affecting the lapis lazulis, let's see what opportunities and challenges are coming to you guys this week. Okay, so we got the Knight of Cups. So it's kind of funny because I'm saying, what kind of opportunities are coming to you? Opportunities, like, well, thanks. But definitely there's going to be, besides whatever's happening with people trying to rile you up and feel like they're trying to take stuff from you, there's going to be also this trustworthy energy coming in that's offering you like emotional peace as well. It could come in the form of a person or possibly even your guides coming through, because water is very intuitive. So depending on how connected you are, it could be any of those things. Challenge coming out with this King of Swords. It's what I've been warning you guys about. Watch how you are talking, and also do not allow other people to step on your boundaries and talk to you in a way that you wouldn't. See, it's easy for us to allow people to do things to us, but if we saw them doing that to someone that we cared about, we'd step in and be like, you need to like just shut up and get on with yourself. You need to have that same kind of respect for yourself. You need to not allow people to come up and abuse you verbally, and have that boundary of respecting yourself the same way you would respect a loved one if that was happening to them. And also be careful with how cutting you can be with your words, because you might end up hurting people that you really care about just because you're in a space where you're angry with something else going on around you. But this could also show someone being very manipulative and deceitful as well, because they're really, oh my gosh, why did I be so loud? But it could be someone trying to abuse their power here because they know that they have the knowledge on how to mentally mess with others, which is obviously it's not okay. But usually in this kind of energy, with how the planets are going right now, if someone's in that energy and doing that kind of thing, that's going to be ferreted out. So if you know someone's doing that, don't chase after them trying to make them show the truth or whatever. It's going to come out on its own. So don't even waste your energy on those people. And yeah, we have the Two of Wands here. And what's interesting in this deck with the Two of Wands is we actually have, if you look here, these two different types of scepters, as well as two boxes that we only have one key. So this is really making a decision right here, especially with this winding cords here. It's like things are so closely connected, but you making the decision to choose what energy you're going to be in is what's going to decide how this week goes for you, like in a big way. Like it could change. It's almost like you're in a fork in the road this week, and you really need to be able to understand how to really navigate this energy, so that way it doesn't end up messing up what you're working towards or any opportunities that are coming your way. And see, this is literally what I was just saying. With this Justice coming up reversed as a this challenge thing right here. If you can't keep yourself in check, there's going to be a lot of things that you feel are happening to you that really aren't fair. But you have to realize that if you choose to fall into this energy, you created this. So it's like really making a choice here. It's like having your boundaries up against people who are being like this, but also choosing not to be like this yourself. Because if you choose to be this person, this is what you're going to get. Like, no question with it, because Pluto doesn't play with that. And then last one we have here is the Hermit. And with the Hermit coming out reversed, it's almost like, even though this is a week where you need to be doing a lot of inner work and really focusing on not falling in this energy, what's really going to help, you know, like how the speaking the truth and everything and being more in touch with the intuition, is really opening yourself up to other ways of thinking, of learning, of other people's points of view, instead of feeling like you are the guru on certain situations, because there's always more to learn. And at the same time, you shouldn't be in the energy that you are completely closing yourself off from other people, because the only way you're going to learn and grow and allow these things, with the allowing here to happen, is to be in this energy we talked about earlier, with being adaptable, with being open to receiving. Because if you're feeling things are uneven but you're not opening to receiving, gosh, I cannot talk. If you're not open to receiving, then what's going to happen is you're blocking that off, even though that's what you want. So you have this opportunity coming in to you to help you with this healing, but you need to be open to it to receive it. So it's a lot about making this choice. And I want to pull for you guys. I was just called a hermit. I mean, I understand I need to be a hermit sometimes too. I just don't get the choice that often. But I'm going to pull you guys some self-care for this week. Because going through all this kind of work, you need to also pay attention to yourself and do nice things for yourself. Because a lot of times, you know, we really drain ourselves and don't realize we need to do little things. So this is just, you know, I'll pull a few. And if it's something you really like really dive into it for yourself and allow yourself to have that this week while you're doing this work. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. Dream journal. Yeah, it wasn't like I didn't say that already. We're just gonna keep going over here. So that's something you can do for yourself this week. We can dream journal, guys. And let's see what else comes out of here. Oh. We got use your hands. So this is the creative aspect that I was talking about earlier. Where, and don't feel like you have to be like this amazing artist or musician or whatever to do things that are creative. That's just like a societal thing. Like, do things just because you want to do it. If you want to, like, look at her pot. It's not like all these things aren't like this perfect thing. She's just making because she wants to make stuff. She doesn't care what people think about how it looks. She's just having fun. And that's literally what this is about. It's like having creative freedom, just doing what you want to do, so that way, like, what you're putting your work into, like, you're happy about it because it brought you peace. And then I'm getting so done with you guys in this deck. We got ground yourself. So this week, dream journal for self-care. Use your hands and be really creative, and ground your energy, protect your energy, and really, yeah, it's like just laugh at me. This happens all the time. This is what my guides love doing to me. They let me talk and then they throw the cards out that say the same thing. But definitely this is like a focus on yourself, but don't become like so focused that you lose sight of what's going on outside of you. So let's see just how much they decide to throw stuff at us, because I'm going to pull some affirmations for you guys. So I'll pull 3 affirmations. Oh, there's the first one we have. Okay, love. My heart is open to love as it manifests into the world. Like I was saying, you guys need to have a lot of that unconditional love coming from that Neptune energy. So that way you can work past the blocks and not allow your emotions to take over, because you're in that grounded space. Message received. Wow, be open. I am open to new possibilities. I welcome new beginnings. And then we need one more for the lapis lazuli. Act. Upon waking, I am ready to act on my passions and dreams. And once again, we have working on your dreams over here. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter what other people are saying right now. Like, work towards what makes you happy, and don't allow what they're doing to affect it one way or another. So the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to read the properties for lapis lazuli for you guys. So if any, and like I said, I pick these and then I see how they go with the pile after. So we're going to see how lapis lazuli goes with this. Okay, so the major themes are inner truth, inner power, love, purification, intuition, self-confidence, manifestation, and friendship. A stone of protection that may be worn to guard against psychic attacks. It quickly releases stress, bringing deep peace. It brings harmony and deep inner self-knowledge, encourages self-awareness, allows self-expression, and reveals inner truth, providing qualities of honesty, compassion, and morality to the personality. It stimulates objectivity, clarity, and encourages creativity. It assists to confront and speak one's truth and inspires confidence. It bonds relationships, aiding in expression of feelings and emotions. It alleviates insomnia and helps with depression. And it's actually really beneficial for connecting. Sorry, I need to drink water again. The fires out here make this air quality like make my throat dry up. But it's great for strengthening the mind and overcoming issues related to trauma and grief. And it helps you think more clearly and bring inner hope and courage. And it's also a great stone for grounding and connecting to your guides as well, because of the pyrite inclusions in it as well. It has some of the pyrite cannot think right now, properties as well. So that is the full one for the lapis lazuli. Set it back here. I think it was over here. I can't remember where I had my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my amethyst eggs. Who chose my eggs? Yeah, it's why I like picking the crystals before, because it's really interesting how they, it's just kind of a show that, you know, your intuition can pull you to stuff. That's why I tell people if they're pulled to anything while they're sitting here, just tell me and I'll tell you about it. Even if it's a teeny little crystal over here, you never know. You're welcome. I mean, I have all the information about what I do in my about section and stuff, because I have pages and platforms and stuff like that. And I got a contest going right now too, so. And it's really easy to enter the contest. It's not hard at all. I don't make hard contests because I like giving stuff. But let's do my little amethyst eggy. You're welcome. Okay, so for my amethyst eggs, oh, you're in Divine Venus too? you comment on a lot of stuff? Because I know Anne comments on stuff, but I'm trying to remember an Anna. Were you the one that did the makeup look? Okay, there we go. See, I'm picking. My memory remembers stuff sometimes. So let's see for the amethyst eggs. Oh, you're new there? Yeah, we're all, aw. Yeah, I'm a mod over there, so I'm not shy. I think I'm a mod in every group I'm in, actually. But, yeah, if you ever, like, want to talk on stuff, like, don't feel like you can't. Like, if I post something, you can talk on mine. If someone's mean, I'll tell them to shut up. No one's mean, though. So, let's see the themes for... You might have a lot of messages coming out then, hun. So let's see, this amethyst egg. You guys are not giving me a card, and I don't appreciate it. I want a card, please, for the theme this week, or what they need to focus on. Oh. Just get a little extra there. Fine, we'll throw some at you. Oh, that's cool. Aww. Okay. It's very interesting how both of these came out. So, with the soul family. Yeah, Ruby, I know, you're just like, oh, there's no guides again, throwing stuff at her. But, we have soul family, which is really beautiful. So, a lot of things, like I was talking about last week in my live with these transits, a lot of things that's going to be happening is there's going to be relationships, whether it is romantic, platonic, however you want to look at them, that are going to be coming into our lives right now. Like a lot of divine timing starting to happen as we are clearing out these pretty much like trash type debris energies out of our like being while we're going through all this transformation. While we're doing that, we're actually pulling in our soul family, like the people that really connect to us on this level that people just like don't really get you normally. And it's like you don't really have to try with them, because you can literally be yourself, like your actual self, and talk to them, and they're not going to judge you, because it's almost like, you know, they're happy that you're expressing yourself because they want to express themselves too, and it's like this instant click back and forth. And since this is coming up, it's really going to come from you unleashing the creative side of you and really expressing that love that you're giving to yourself and opening it. Because right here, we also have soul love. Now, what's really interesting about this card is if you look at the differences in the colors here. So, with the soul family, it's very purple and pink. These are very higher chakra colors. This is like the crown and the third eye. This is intuitively brought to you connections. This soul love is within you. This actually being a master number, very spiritual. This is a deep dive into your soul and learning to love the aspects of yourself, especially having these greens, which is heart chakra, but also having these deep oranges and reds, because that's the grounding energy, that's the root, and that's the sacral that is learning to be healed and grounded, so that way you can have that love that's very deep for yourself, that by learning it and understanding it, your soul family is just pulled to you by, because they connect on the same link because they're learning that love for themselves as well. Or some of them might already have it, so it can kind of like help you on your journey to learning it. Because once you start working towards that, that's what starts coming at the same time, because you're releasing the stuff that's kind of like icky and not really helping you. And I'm not saying shadow work's a lot different. I've done a lot of shadow work readings. I'm not talking about shadow work here. I'm talking about like the energies that need to go, not the parts of you need to integrate to understand yourself and work through your own issues. That's completely different. If you want shadow work type things, I can't remember if I did a shadow work pick a card or not, but I know I've done tons of shadow work personal readings. But this is not talking about that. This week, let's see what planetary aspects are jumping out here with these energies. So we can talk about them. Oh wow, they're going to be feeling that Mercury retrograde. We're in the shadow period of it already. If you guys can't hear how much I'm bumbling over my words. Libra popped out, so relationships, and that's right on soul family as well. So these are going to be very balanced relationships and partnerships and everything that start coming in. It's not going to be this feeling of like you're just giving and giving and being sucked dry. It's going to be a very even give and take here, very balanced. Also very creative and nurturing. This one. What? So if we chose 1 and 2, quit worrying about what other people are saying. It's whatever these people are doing that are trying to like bring down this reputation. Like, you need to let this go, because the reputation that you might be trying to hold on to isn't what needs to be brought into what you're about to experience, because you learning these two things aren't going to be the same reputation. So it doesn't matter what these people are saying. You're moving into a different... My gosh, okay. Scoot it, there's going to be one more here. Scoots. But, with... okay. But, with Queen Cucks here, we have, complexity. So it's, like I was saying, it's like, it's a lot of work you have to do. And, if you want shadow work readings, I do personal ones, so I can actually do those, but those are more in depth, because you really need to get to the bottom of what you're doing with that. But with this complexity here, this speaks of you needing to learn the balance between understanding what doesn't belong within this new place that you're trying to work towards, because this is a lot of hard work to work towards these things and balancing these things and leaving behind the negative aspects like the indecision and not being considerate of what's going on within yourself and your external, because Mercury, once it goes retrograde in Scorpio, it's going to bring back this energy of like you needing to review. Because a lot of people, even though retrograde slow things down and sometimes can mess up things, and people know Mercury more as like, oh, it's going to mess up technology and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, some of that might happen, but when Mercury goes retrograde, it's really trying to make us stop and think. Mercury is the planet of thinking and communication and working with your hands. It's really trying to make you stop what you're doing and start to like recalibrate and refocus your energy where it should be going. Like, what are you doing right now that you could do differently that's more beneficial for you, as opposed to just continually beating your head against the wall when it's not going somewhere. It like allows you to slow down that speed that need to like do something and need to like just spit out words when you don't really fully understand a situation. You can revisit it and take your time with it and learn from it and then heal. I'm not gonna lie, usually when I do pick cards, if people pick more than one pile, I've seen it happen where at least a few of the same cards come out. Let's see, one more. Okay, so this right here with Ascendant coming out. Now, you guys are going to laugh at this. Look at this bottom of the deck energy. It's some 8th house bottom of the deck energy. But we have Ascendant here, and it's like the outlook. Now, the way the Ascendant works is it's also known as the rising in our charts. It's what people see when they first see us. Now, with this being reversed, it's almost like you aren't showing people what you are, which is a very Scorpio type energy. It's like what they're seeing isn't really what's behind the veil kind of energy. And basically, in a way, I think this is more of a protection for you, but you have to realize you don't have to do this with these people. Like, you might have been used to having to hide who you really are because of different relationships you've had in the past with different people, whether it's family, friends, romantic. You probably had to hide a lot of what you really had going on the inside and only allow them to see what you wanted them to in order to feel comfortable. But you have to realize, stepping into this place where you're learning to really go down deep and heal these different things through doing the work that you need to do to heal the chakras and open them, you're going to be pulling in these people that will already see you for who you are because they understand it. They're not going to need you to tell them anything because they're going to understand it because they're of the same energy. So you feeling like this isn't needed for this new energy coming in. You might need it for protection with, dropping off some of this energy. But once you start moving into it, you're not going to need that kind of protection anymore. So let's see. What opportunities and challenges you guys have as I drink some more water. Oh my god. Owen doesn't need to remind me to drink water right now. This frickin' smoke's helping me enough. Go on. Okay, let's get some man, I can't talk. Opportunities for my amethyst eggs. Ooh, that is a very nice opportunity. I mean, look at that. That's a beautiful opportunity. That's like abundance. That's like creativity and just really feeling yourself and healing. That's just like a great opportunity, especially having like this beautiful energy coming in up here. And then we have these challenges. It's like I was telling you, and this is a mental energy. Quit thinking about what other people are doing. Yes, they were dishonest and they were freaking buttheads and they sucked. But at the same time, like, you letting that be in your mind and thinking about it isn't really helping anything. You're not giving the space to, who the heck is calling me right now? The heck? live. I can't talk on the phone. But, let me just send a quick message. I don't want them to think I'm being mean. Okay, sorry. I had to tell them that I was live. But, so I was about to get to that before the phone call. So with this thinking, basically what happens is, since it's taking up so much space in the mind, what needs to happen, which they were telling you in your previous reading, since you chose pile 1, is the grounding energy, which is also in this soul love right here, with what I was talking about with the root and the sacral chakra. When you work with your root chakra, what it does is it helps ground you, and it stabilizes you, and it bringeth security. And what that does is it helps you be able to control more of what is happening in your mental space, because you're able to more clearly see what you need to be focusing on and what's just taking up space and not allowing you to really function to your full capacity. Because when you have all this extra going on, where you're constantly thinking about how this person did this and this person did that, and that wasn't fair, and they just took that from me and it was mine, and just like a whole bunch of stuff like that. Well, this is stuff that has happened that you're replaying, and this person, believe it or not, or situation, whatever it is, what's happening with you replaying that is you're constantly giving your power and your energy to the situation or the person, instead of giving it to yourself. Instead of giving yourself this love, you're giving your energy towards a negative situation. And a lot of times, like I was saying with doing shadow work, you have to find the root of why you are doing that. Because once you can find the root, because usually it comes before a situation, usually it starts younger, which is why a lot of shadow work is inner child work, because a lot of things are ingrained from a young age, just because, a lot of things are passed down through generations and families, and we're kind of left with what was given to us. Some people are lucky and get very lovely homes, and some people are not so lucky and are thrown into environments that they survive. So it's really about understanding the opening and the healing, first off starting with your root, so that way you can have that grounded energy to help you working through the healing and releasing this mental prison that you keep replaying. So with this, we have the opportunity here with the world. And what's interesting here is what is around, because there's always like a circle going around. This is actually the zodiac that is circling around this person, because you have Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, everything is just, it's like the huge circle is just going around. So what this is really making me think right now is that things are turning. Obviously things are changing. These planets are really throwing a lot at us right now, but we have to keep moving forward. We have to keep pushing through, and with this opportunity of this abundance coming in, what I really feel with this is Jupiter is actually playing a big impact on what's happening here, because this being pulled in is a blessing, it's abundance, and the way you get it is through healing, is through spiritual evolution. which that's like a huge thing that both Pluto and Jupiter are about, is being able to do that and transform through those things. And it brings in a lot of opportunities when you allow that for yourself. I'm done with you guys that chose both of these piles. But we got the Two of Wands again. But needing to change this mental state here, because it's the main thing blocking is like making that choice to pick your growth over staying in the mindset of like, but this was done to me and this wasn't fair. It's like, if you really start doing the work this week and really start taking the time to hold yourself accountable for certain things, you're going to be able to walk away from it. Bottom of the deck. Wheel. Everything is turning, guys. It just keeps turning. Once again, the zodiac's right here. It's just turning. But basically, it's really making the choice to take control of your mind and realize, like, yeah, this crap happened. Just like the last reading with, you know, being able to control the boundaries with the words and the thinking, and I wanted to say complexity, and complexity is up there, but all these complex situations, and then making the choice to say, you know, this is taking up too much of my time, and it's really invading my boundaries that I'm trying to put up for healthy relationships. And then by choosing yourself and giving yourself that love that you would give to people you care about, you're learning to walk away from unfulfilling, emotionally draining situations and actually go towards the more unconditional loving ones and being in the abundance energy. So you have to choose, like, am I going to use this key to unlock my mind and release all this crap that I really don't need, or am I going to just lose the key and toss it somewhere and just keep holding on to this because this is comfortable? I know this, I've experienced this, and it's not new, so I don't have to be afraid of the unknown. Because that's usually what keeps us trapped, is the unknown, because even though it's painful, it's easier for us to stay in this energy of being upset and feeling things were unfair and things were taken, and dealing with like really crappy people and situations that really cause a lot of anxiety and turmoil in our own minds, because it's what we know. And that's a big thing that when I do readings with shadow work with people, is getting over the victim mindset, because a lot of times we don't hold ourselves accountable for staying in that energy, like, you know, this happened to me and it wasn't fair. Yes, it wasn't fair, but there is a time for recognizing what it is and then releasing it, as opposed to carrying it with you like it's this badge of honor. Because we can either be victims of our situations, or we can be warriors that made it through what we did and conquered it. So it's a very it's really good to have things that can help you with that if you aren't used to it. With me, I didn't really read anything. I'm not someone you should base stuff off of. You can ask anyone that knows me on here. I am a very oddball case with how things come to me. But definitely it's making that choice to step out and say that you are a warrior instead of a victim. And that, you know, you are in control, not this past situation or people. There you go. So let's see what self-care we have for the amethyst this week. Oh, look at that! Make an altar. I think that's what you wanted to do, huh? Okay, this use your hands thing, I swear. Okay, we're just people need to be creative this week. Get out your frustrations by creating things. Really just dive in and get dirty, make mud pies outside. Being outside is actually really great for grounding. Being able to have like your feet in like the dirt or just meditating outside is a really great way to understand grounding energy and try to like carry it with you wherever you go. Okay, I'm done. I'm just so freaking done. Ground yourself. I'm sitting here talking about root chakra, this whole freaking thing, and we get ground yourself. And you guys are watching how much I'm shuffling these freaking decks. I should have just done a collective reading. This is kind of ridiculous. But obviously, we have ground yourself. So once again, work on root chakra, because that's what you need. You're going to pull in your people. Whatever happens, just focus on creating the safe space, which making the altar is making a safe space for yourself. So get creative and make, like, you can even create things that you want to put in your altar space as well, because that's you that you're putting in your altar space, which I actually think I have stuff like that as well. I can't think of everything I have up there. I got so much stuff. But it's really getting, because the same thing with this Empress energy, it's a very creative, abundant energy. And when you do these kind of things, it helps bring in that energy a lot easier. And you don't have like this muddled confusion stuck. It's like you're able to release it and really move forward. Okay, so, wow, okay, so we had 2 fly out. We got surrender. I surrender the old limiting beliefs. I awaken and am reborn into limitless possibilities. What I've been telling you guys, just let go of that crap right there. Higher self. I am ready to communicate with my higher self in my dreams and to become enlightened. See, it's probably why you guys are making altars and grounding yourself. Like, this energy is trying to come in strong with you guys. And the last one just flew out. Ask for help. I am willing to receive help from the universe whenever and however it happens. So this is really calling for you guys to open up to your guides right now and like let your intuition out, and that'll happen when you ground yourself, because a lot of times our energy is so scattered that once we start grounding ourselves and really working with the root chakra, what happens is the guidance is able to come in easier because we're not as scattered. So just main focus here seems to be running theme root chakra. But let's just see how much more we can get from, yeah, asking for help. A lot of people don't realize that it is being vulnerable, but being vulnerable and asking is a very big strength. I mean, I was smacked down and forced to learn that lesson because I would not ask for help, and then I was forced into a place where the only thing I could do was receive help, which you want to learn to ask for help before that happens to you, but you also want to learn it in a way that you don't abuse it, because some people use getting help as a way of like getting out of things, when in reality, like, asking for it is a form of surrender, which is this over here. So if you're not one that usually does, it's being able to give up that control and allow others in to help you, and that's being vulnerable, and that's learning the strength of trust. So I'm going to read Amethyst to you guys. So, Amethyst is a natural tranquilizer. Okay guys, it's just time to go to sleep. It relieves stress and strain. It soothes irritability, balances mood swings, and dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety. It alleviates sadness and grief. It dissolves negativity. It activates spiritual awareness and opens intuition and enhances psychic abilities. And it's great for bringing tranquility to your mind as well as your crown chakra, so you can focus on healing any blockages that are holding you back from experiencing bliss. So literally this purple, white, and pink I was showing you up here is actually that kind of color, because the third eye is more of like the deep purple, but once you go up to the crown it's more of like a lavender light white kind of coloring to it. So that is what that is speaking of right there. And it also is good for sleep and preventing nightmares. So if you're having any of that kind of problem, and plus it helps with faith, with it seems like some of you guys do need some help with that faith thing over here, with really being able to just surrender things and let it go. It also has really great grounding properties. So yeah, you can ground yourself with it too, guys. But yeah, it's just a really great stone for protection and being able to connect and ground and like all that stuff. But that is our amethyst eggs. So let's go ahead and move on to our rose or quartz pile. And if I keep seeing these same threads popping up, which it wouldn't surprise me if I keep seeing some similar threads going on since everyone's feeling these energies. But same exact cards. I mean, no, I'll put you back. You can go back. Time for the Aura Rose Quartz. So, and the thing is, the contest I do have is really easy. All you gotta do is follow me on here. So if you're watching and you just follow, you're entered. But basically, once I reach 100 followers, I'm giving out my spiritual guidance package, which is a 30-minute reading once a week for 4 weeks. So it's like, you know, you just pick a day of the week and I do like a half-hour reading for you. Messenger, however you want to do it. But I do that for 4 weeks for you to give you some guidance in whichever way you need to go, like a weekly half-hour check-in. But that's the prize. And plus, if you get friends to follow, you get an extra entry in it. However many you get to follow, I just put your name in there multiple times. I'm pretty much halfway there, so once it hits, someone gets picked. So I'm gonna get that 30-minute thing. But yeah, it's like I do a lot more than just tarot. I do astrology and all kinds of stuff, so obviously I'm over here talking about crystals and chakras and all kinds of things all over the place, so I'm just tons of random energy, numerology, all that kind of stuff. So for my 4 rose quartz, first thing out is we got create space, and this is going to be hard work for you guys because this is you need this space because you're going to be getting a lot of things given to you by your guides that are going to come in the form of creativity. So this space that you need to make is somewhere where you can express yourself, and it's going to take some hard work to do that, because for some of you it's going to be more like you need to be expressing yourself out towards where people can hear it, and others it's going to be more of a personal expressing yourself to where it's kept to you. It's going to differ depending on what you need to do in order to express yourself. Oh, thank you, hon. What, okay. What did I just say? You're going to be getting, your guys are just going to be giving you a whole bunch of stuff. Channeling! And it's blue. Look at this, blue, the throat chakra expression. And the throat chakra is also, also goes with you being able to hear the messages that they're bringing to you as well. So if you've been working on healing your throat chakra and opening it, more than likely this week with Pluto going direct, what's going to happen is you're going to have that transformation moment where it just starts having the downloads happen, and you're like, okay, I got to get this out somehow. And that's why you need this space. You need to create the space within you to receive it, and you need to create physical space so that way you can get it out. So like if you are getting it in the form of music and you need to sing, you need to have a place where you can just sing and like put it there for people. Or if you're painting or writing, whatever it is, you're going to need to have that space so that you can actually bring it down into the physical, because if all of this is coming through, you're going to need to be able to ground it somehow. You're going to need to be able to pull it down and put it in a space to where you can collect it somewhere instead of it just collecting in you, because it will become overwhelming. Yeah, your guides are definitely coming through today, Ruby. They came through great on the freaking full moon. Ooh! Okay, so they got some messages flying out over here. Let's see. Okay, so we got... Okay. Oh, I can see you guys aren't going to be enjoying this Virgo energy too much. Yeah, that literally directly spoke of that Virgo Venus. Okay. So, right here we have sextile, which is opportunity, but it's reversed. So, a major thing this week is I'm seeing this Virgo and 7th house energy. Now, 7th house is ruled by Libra, which is also Venus energy. Venus is currently in Virgo. Now, with both of these being reversed, it's almost like this block with this energy. Now, the way to work with this energy instead of allowing it to make you feel like you need to be OCD about everything and every relationship in your life and nitpicking everybody and trying to make them like go this way, go this way, go this way, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, you're doing this wrong. Instead of having all of that like crammed up energy like that, calm down. Because you can see here, you have opposition and sextile both reversed here. And it's like really calling for balance, because you're out of balance by allowing yourself to fall into this. Because what's happening, instead of creating from what's coming to you, you're letting this overwhelm you and you're putting it into pushing it off on other people. And you need to be careful with that energy, because Virgo becomes very analytical when you allow yourself to go in that energy. And what you need to be in more is this Pisces energy, which with Neptune trying to help out and give like this kind of dreamy, like healing quality, you need to be more in the unconditional love than the nitpicky. And when you are trying to do stuff in your relationships, come more from a service aspect and healing yourself as and others, instead of like seeing everything wrong with every little thing. Because having that kind of attitude is going to make it seem like nothing is working out. You're going to block off this. You're definitely going to block that off from coming in, because you're not creating space at all when you're filling your space with finding everything wrong with every relationship around you. And you're not going to be able to form good relationships, whether it's friends or whatever, if you pick apart everything that you feel does not suit you. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own idiosyncrasies and all that kind of stuff. But you have to realize that you can't be so judgmental, because if you are using this energy of Venus being in Virgo right now to its detriment, and really like not allowing yourself to be on the more loving side of Virgo, which is very giving and very selfless, you basically are closing off the part of yourself where you can create, where you can manifest. Because the alchemist is what comes out with Virgo. It's like the person that just creates so much out of so many different things that people didn't think was possible. It's almost like having the magician card. And with this energy being so polarizing, it's almost like you're fighting yourself and picking yourself apart in your relationship with yourself, as well as the relationships you have with other people, because you're just constantly in this place of finding the fault in everything. Don't be in the energy of I need to fix. This is not a fix energy. This is a surrender energy. This is an energy where you just let be what it is. You let come to you what's going to come to you, and you create. If you are trying to fix and control everything around you, things are going to slip through your fingers, and you're just going to become more and more frustrated. And it's going to show with how you're talking to yourself, as well as how you're talking and communicating with other people. Whether it's verbal or nonverbal, that's just how it's going to be, and you don't want to be in that energy. Yeah, I got Virgo in my chart. But, so let's see some, I mean, obviously some challenges already came out here, but let's see these opportunities and challenges. There's that Seven of Swords again, and it's coming out reversed this time. That actually came out on balance. That is, wow, guys. Whew. Okay. This is like the pile that's getting smacked on the head. Hand, head, back of the head, whatever you want to call it. Whew. Okay. Well, we should know if Ruby's picking a pile, it's going to get called out. I mean, the one thing that keeps screaming here is this Temperance card, like literally, like over here with this Virgo, and then the Two of Pentacles sitting on this opposition. Like, these two going together. It's like, where the fuck's the balance? Just like this opposition thing, like, this challenge is balance, 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 balance. And the reason it's so hard is because this irritation that's coming up, like there's so much irritation coming up here, and like these messages that you need, this information you need is coming so freaking slow, and it's just making you more irritated. Communication's probably slow. You're just like getting a whole bunch of agitated, and it's making you very unbalanced with especially this devil energy over here. It's like the bad side of letting all this energy get to you. And like the bottom of the deck energy is this Ace of Wands here. They're really just, I just heard yelling. They're yelling at you to just drop, start over, stop. Is pretty much what it is. Quit throwing your stuff everywhere, throwing your tantrums, throwing this, doing that. They're saying just breathe, start over, which is probably what this create space is. Like, breathe, start over, create the space so this can come through, because there is so much block happening here with how you're approaching situations. It needs to stop. And you need to be able to like rein it in and create the proper space. Not create space for more bullshit. Like, they don't want more bullshit. They want you to create space so you can start working on acknowledging your bullshit and releasing other people's bullshit that's not yours. It's just how it is. They really are saying it here. Like, they feel like you need to get over the fact that things are happening slowly. You need to get over this feeling of, you know, like, whatever, like, you can see things for what they are. You're seeing that people are lying and deceiving and all this stuff. You understand it. You can see it. They understand that you can see it. They're proud of you. But at the same time, they're saying, okay, you get it. Now move on. It's like you need to quit, like, replaying it like the broken record that it is, and you need to move out of it, because you're creating this energy by deciding to stay there when you need to be creating space by literally doing this with that energy. Like, you need to, like, get over this so much. And it's like this the way it's like this antsy energy too. It's almost like this anxiety ridden energy where they're just like pushing, and it's almost like hitting a wall constantly. And since it won't stop, it's like it's hard for them to like deliver this, because with Temperance reversed, it's like not allowing the messages to come in. And it's like they're really trying to push them in some way to come through. And it's like more space gets taken up by this other crap. And they're just like, where am I supposed to send anything when there's no room? You create space and put more stuff in it. How am I supposed to send you anything? And so it's like this frustrating cycle that needs to be worked on and acknowledged. But it's like, you have to realize they're frustrated because they really love you. It's like having that, it's like having Saturn as a dad, basically, is how I'm looking at this reading. It's like, this is almost like Saturn energy coming in, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna start ripping some shit up if you guys don't listen. But, okay, my goodness, let's see why do I have a feeling this self-care is gonna be something, let's see what this self-care is for this week. Done. I'm so done. They are yelling. They're like, intuition. Listen, damn it. Just listen. So, self-care is literally listening. This is gonna make me cry. I feel like this is turning into a tarot roast. This is supposed to be a freaking energy read. And the freaking loving rose quartz pile is getting like burnt by their guides over here. Freaking tough love. What was I saying? Oh my gosh, look at this. Sing. Okay, I got chills from that one because that was like at the beginning. But sing was one of the things I actually was literally saying at the beginning of this. But let's see. Last one. Okay, they're like, quit fucking thinking of everything you don't have and start thinking about the good. Like, start actually planning for good shit instead of thinking about bad shit. Like, they're literally saying, you guys think so much about the negative stuff that they're literally telling you, write down good things. And I swear, if one of these affirmation cards says gratitude, you guys, like, I'm gonna hurt you. Like, but this right here is just like, for one, it's saying what I just said up there, but it's really like telling you guys, listen and then write down what you're grateful for and then plan for being grateful for more things like it's happening, instead of being in this energy of not being happy with what's going on, because that's all you're attracting to yourself, is that, because that's all you're thinking about. So, where'd they go? Okay, so we got this one. Oh my goodness. So we got vulnerability. I allow myself to be vulnerable and honor my inner grace, wisdom, and beauty. So, be vulnerable, guys. Destiny. My dreams show me that I am the co-creator of my life and destiny. Right on top of singing. I swear. Last affirmation for my Aura Rose Quartz pile. Experience. My dreams take me to wonderful places that are filled with wonder, delight, and joy. On this abundance planning. Okay, this is a funny idea, but if you're going to do dream journals and you're having these awesome freaking dreams and you're writing them down, it's pretty much like your abundance planning. Like, you're writing down like all this awesome shit that it's like, dude, I want to do this. It's like literally doing that. So it's almost like, yes, have a dream journal to teach you what you need to do to work through things, but at the same time, If you're having great dreams and you're writing them down on top of writing down things you are grateful for, write down a gratitude list every day to help you guys get out of this energy. But it can also help you unlock what you really want, like what's your heart desire, and help you create and bring things down so that way you can have the space instead of being stuck in the stuff that they're not happy about. Yeah, Ruby, they called you out hardcore in this one. They literally put a freaking sing card over here. But, so, let's see what this, okay, so, oh my god, okay, so it nourishes you with self-love, love for life, a sense of romance, and increased compassion for others. It eases pain, transforms energies in and around the home. It calms nerves, helps one parent with more grace. It heals the heart space, allows for flowing and easy communication, brings peace to the person that has the crystal or whatever you're doing with it. And it's a stone of universal love. It restores trust and harmony in relationships, encouraging unconditional love, like this Pisces thing I was telling you about over here that deals with the 12th house energy, which is unconditional love. It purifies and opens the heart to promote love and self-love and friendship and deep inner healing and feelings of peace. And obviously it's really great for working with the heart chakra. Any green and pink crystals tend to correlate to the heart chakra. But so what I say? Well, you're gonna have a lovely talking to, Pauline. But definitely, you guys, if you picked this Aura Rose Quartz, there is a lot wanting to come through, and you're being called out for being your own blockage. And they're literally giving you the ways to not be blocked. So I think that's why they are being so pushy with this pile, is like, you know how to not be blocked now, if you didn't already. So listen and do it. You're gonna watch it because it was too oh gosh. But seriously, like, you guys, that was not what I was expecting from a rose quartz pile. That was like some tough rose quartz love right there. But definitely do the work, guys. Because I swear, because I'm going to do my collective reading tomorrow, and if some more shit comes up like this, this is not even Wednesday. This isn't a roast day. You guys are getting roasted on a freaking energy read. Okay, so let's set my rose quartz back here. I believe that's where you were, right? There you go. So my last little babe, my rainbow clear quartz. Let us see. Yeah, because I do tarot roasts on Wednesday. This is supposed to just be an energy read. This isn't even a tarot roast day, and they're coming for you guys. Barbecue chicken actually smells good. I mean, smells good, it sounds good. Yeah, it definitely smells good. But, so, let's see. For my rainbow clear quartz pile, what's going on for you guys? The main theme or focus of this week. We got some wellness. Okay. Got some taking care of yourself. That looked like a whole lot of fucking chakra work. That's like going all the way from the bottom to the top with all the colors being there. Whole lot of wellness. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this right here is very, I'm actually getting chills from this. This is very interesting. So with this wellness, it's almost like you really are coming into this place where you need to be very well connected and open, because you're actually starting to either realize or remember gifts, because a lot of times we shut them off. But you're coming into this time where these things are starting to come back. And obviously with Pluto going direct, that can happen a lot because it rules not only transformation, but since it's like the 12th house, not 12th, well, it's kind of like that, but it's like 8th house energy with like the occult and spirituality, and I mean a lot of things dealing with like astrology, tarot, psychic abilities, different things like that. It's like having these kind of energies come up, especially with this master number 11 here. It's very spiritual on an intimate, personal level, and it can also make you turn into a leader as well if you embrace it. So this is really talking of being able to tune into your intuition and create a foundation in the self-care and the self-love aspect, so that you're ready for getting in tune with your gifts as they're coming. Like if you already kind of understand some of your gifts, you're going to start getting more, or you're going to be expanding on them and being able to be more present, as well as feeling more comfortable sharing them, because some people might not be sharing them quite yet because they're not sure, like they feel vulnerable putting it out there. But it's going to come to this place where, since you're getting more grounded, you have that security and that confidence that comes from the solar plexus, especially with both of these golds bursting from the middle, that allows you to want to share it. And it's really great for helping others heal. So let's see, planetary energies. Well, obviously we got complexity. This is a freaking requires a lot of adjustments, but it's a very transformative thing. It brings a lot of like learning, not only about like, you know, yourself, but other people, because if you're doing this, a lot of times you'll be working with other people. And we got Libra here. Like I was just saying, working with other people, and Libra comes up and it's a sign of partnerships. And why don't I just wait to talk until the card flies out? And then we have 4th house with roots here. And this really talks of family and like ancestry, heritage, and all that stuff, but it also talks on a deep soul level. So this remembrance here is really remembering either, it could be learning different things from your ancestors being passed down and understanding the spiritual aspect, but it could also be in your soul beginning to understand yourself and really coming into your unique way of expressing your spirituality. I was literally just talking about the freaking 8th house. Okay. So we have the 6th house here, which the 6th house is the house of routine, like kind of like, you know, work or service that we do, things like that. And, you know, our health, just kind of like everyday things. But it's also about really applying yourself to something and like really honing your skills, because we have craft here. So it's really, in this sense, since we're having that wellness card up there, and this is the first pile I've seen that has every card upright, but with this health card up here, really learning about these different things with, like, whether it's your ancestors or really learning your soul and creating this routine here is going to help you health-wise. Like, this needs to be a mind, body, spirit, and emotional sense of, like, direction that you're taking here, like a complete wellness. This isn't like just like one level. This needs to be something where you're very methodical and you, like, are knowing what you're trying to create here, because you are creating the foundation for bringing in these gifts. And seeing this intimacy here, what it makes me feel like is it's an intimacy with your craft, with what you're creating, with the roots that you are putting down within yourself. So that way you know that once you are working with other people, and I just realized that these 4, 6, 8, but the even jumping numbers here. But it's like, as you progress and grow through each of these aspects, what's going to happen is that you're going to be pulling in these people that you're going to be helping. And you have to be very, like, sure in yourself when you're starting to do this for other people, because it often can become difficult. Like, because you don't realize it, but because you think like you're going out there and you're helping people, like, I know things, blah blah blah, but it's like you start learning about yourself a lot once you start helping other people, and you realize where you have things that you need to work on. You realize where you possibly, like, didn't know as much about this as you thought you did. And it's really good to stay humble when you're going into any kind of field where you are helping people, whether it's being a nurse, whether being a counselor, being spiritual guidance, being a tarot reader, astrologer, working, teaching, anything dealing with helping others, and possibly being someone that either helps in some capacity, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional, any kind of growth. You have to understand that you are always learning too, and you need to be humble in that aspect, because if you're not, it actually creates this sense where you can start having this false sense of self, and it makes it to where you actually lead people astray that trust you, and that is not the route you want to go. You really want to stay open and understand that you are taking on something, and if you aren't ready for that, or if that's not something you feel comfortable doing, then don't start it. It is a big responsibility when you choose to do this for other people. It's not a plaything. But let's see the opportunities and challenges here. Whew. This pile is just... Oh, it's no wonder. There it is. I'm like, where is it? Where is it going to come out at? Okay. I was like, you guys got so much good happening right now. Where is it coming? But, this is all coming in because something is crashing down. Because you guys got the tower. So there is a lot coming in that's good. But the only way for this good to come in is something needs to be removed. And it's going to be removed forcefully. And it's not going to be easy. This is probably going to be a very rough transition into this, which is why wellness is so important. Having all of those things balanced and well taken care of is going to be so important, because there's like so much new coming in here. There's like these new opportunities, new ideas, all this creative flashes, genius, like things just going in your favor. It's almost like this divine timing intervention thing coming down and being like, now's the time for you, and like you're going to do this whether you like it or not. But it's like there is a path here that's being taken, and that's why it's almost like you guys decided, or when you do decide, like, this is what's going to happen. So you really have to have your heart in this, because if this is what you're deciding right now, there's going to be some stuff that's definitely getting taken away. And the challenge is going to be overcoming that, and then once you do, everything's going to turn in your favor. But it's like there's so many opportunities right now because they're really pushing you into this. Like, this transformative energy is really hitting you guys in a place where you're waking up more than you're awake right now. I don't care how awake you feel you are, but you're going to feel a lot more awake. But this right here is some very powerful energy, and just out of the 5 cards, 3 of them are major arcana, and then you have an ace also. It's just like, this is major transformative energy. So this week is going to be it's going to be something else, just saying. So let's see what this self-care is. Hydrate, guys. Don't forget to drink. It's gonna be a rough week, guys. Seems like we're all going through the same shit. I'm telling you, Pluto going direct's gonna get everybody. Hydrate, though. Make sure you're drinking your water. It cleanses your body. It brings you back down and grounds you in the present, because you're actually doing something that you have to be mindful of so you don't choke on the dang water. But it also helps, like, just cleanse energy, period, because it's like you're really helping yourself just calm down when you drink water. And I'm saying go drink a freaking soda. Drink water. Like, water is there for a reason. Even if you hate it, learn to love water. I love water. I'm glad I love water. Okay, what's this pile in water? Go soak in a bath. Hydrate yourself. Drink water while you're taking a bath. I swear, if another water card comes out of here. Man, you guys got the easiest freaking thing out of everybody in this pile. Okay, make sure you're drinking your water and take a really nice bath and watch a movie, guys. So it sounds like a good Netflix night all week for self-care. Oh my gosh, this pile's like, you guys are going through some shit and going through a major awakening. So just make sure you guys are drinking water and taking your baths and watching movies when you feel like it. My goodness. Let's see some affirmations here. Because I'm not going to lie, this pile kind of cracked me up a little bit. It's too many. Guys. Intuition. Through my subconscious, I trust my inner wisdom and intuition, pretty much telling you what you guys already know, but it's just kind of reiterating. Just keep trusting it. Let go. I release the old and embrace the new. I grow into my very best self, which is what you're going to have to do with this Tower card. Divine dream. I am divinely guided. My intuition shows me the way through my dreaming world. So you guys might be remembering stuff while you're dreaming. So, oh, thank you, Ruby. That's so sweet. But, definitely, this pile is like going through a major growth right here. This is some growth. It's like growing pains is an understatement. And the thing is, you guys already understand what you're going through, but you're getting more. For some reason, I feel like you guys are going through what I'm going through, and I'm here for you. But just I know I've been pretty bad about listening to my dreams. Certain things have been coming through, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this, but they keep bothering me, so I'm doing it. And if I don't listen to my dreams, it comes out in readings. Even if I'm doing it for other people, I can tell they're yelling at me too. But this pile, you guys are going through like some major like upheaval as well as upheaval. As soon as something's going out, it's coming in. It's like simultaneous. Like especially that Libra is really making me think of balance, but it's instantaneous balance. So as soon as something gets removed, it's replaced. Because the only energy here besides major arcana is wands, and that is fast ass energy, and it's upright. Like there is no like pause this week. It's literally as something goes out, something comes in. Either that or it's just like boom at the same time, and it's like for especially if you're doing any kind of shadow work, as you release something, something's coming in. It's not going to be like this little flow thing, which I think this is why this let go thing is here, is because like you need to be on this like realm of just being able to let go as you need to. Otherwise it's going to pile up and it's going to become very thick, because this is a lot coming in, which is probably why they're saying hydrate. Like remember to drink something while this is going on, remember to bathe yourself, and just take time to relax. Like literally don't do anything, relax. Like a lot of these are literally just relaxing because of this energy. Like you're probably going to be tired as hell going through this week. So allow yourself the time to actually relax. So let me read this for you guys. So this rainbow quartz can ease all sadness and anxiety around you. It actually helps, like I was saying with the wellness thing, you need to have all your chakras going on. It actually connects to all 7 chakras because it's rainbow. It has overall increase of luck. It heals and can vitalize the energy. Enhance, oh my gosh, like that's needed right now. Enhances psychic abilities, aids in concentration and unlocks memory. We just had remembrance up there. Wow, stimulates the immune system and brings the body into balance. What the hell? Okay, guys. It helps surround yourself with extreme levels of positivity. If you're someone that likes to help other people out and give them advice, it'll help you to do it in a very effective manner. Oh my goodness, guys. It's good for all the chakras, but it's particularly good for the crown chakra, which is how you get freaking messages. Like, this whole thing. My goodness. And it helps with creativity. It's just, there's so much in here. Removing energy blockages, cleansing and balancing. My goodness. Well, My rainbow clear quartz. For some reason, I feel like I'm going to be in tow with this pile this week. And I have been drinking more water. This thing, I keep drinking water because I'm so thirsty. But definitely, you guys are going to be feeling it this week. But those are all you guys. And like I was saying, I do have my contest going on that all you have to do is follow me. And if you bring friends, just make sure you send me proof somehow that you brought friends. Like, DM me on my Instagram or my Facebook page and show, hey, this is my friend and they followed you somehow, like a screenshot or something. But that way I can put you in more than once. But like I said, you can win the package where you get 30-minute live readings with me. I don't record them, I'll do them with you, like this, talking to you, once a week for 4 weeks. But that's one of my contests. I'll be announcing another contest later in October, but that's just the October contest that goes till the end, or until I reach 100. If 100 happens before the end of October, then that's that. But also, I do want to say this. Cinnamon means stop. Please, when you watch my video, can you contact me on Instagram or my Facebook page in Messenger so I can set up a time for your reading? I'm trying to find a way to contact you, but I can't find you. So if you could contact me so I can do it for you, I would appreciate it. Because I want to do your hour-long astrology reading for you that you won last month. So, besides that, if anyone wants a personal, if you still need a personal after how our guides kind of jumped in and just kind of went ham on us in these pick-a-cards, I will do a personal for you, unless you feel like you're nice and toasty enough, since it's not even Wednesday yet. I feel like I got told with these self-care things, honestly. I got told off with the freaking self-care things. But, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of connected to you guys in this pile with some of this stuff going on. You're good on your post. You have a question, honey? What's your question? If you should stay in a relationship? Let's see what comes out for you, hon. A lot of times when you're doubting, that's your intuition talking to you as well. Woo! Hello, guys. So there is a very uneven sense of give and take in this relationship. And seeing each other's points of view just is not happening here. Hmm. Someone is definitely being manipulating in this situation. Damn. Okay, I was gonna see this. I'm just gonna stop pulling a card for like making a choice and just start putting the Two of Swords down here because it keeps showing up whenever I'm trying to make a choice reading. And the bottom of the deck is another making a choice. I'm done. Okay, obviously there's a choice here, but on one side, being in the relationship is all this imbalance where someone is giving more than they're receiving in the relationship, as well as no matter how difficult the situations are, no one seems to be understanding where the other's coming from, or even if someone's trying to understand the other person, it's not being reciprocated. And someone is really misusing their power here and manipulating a situation to their advantage and creating a lot of things that really don't need to be there right now. Then we have over here, which is interesting because down here with the Two of Swords, it's like making a choice. Like you can't lie to yourself because since this is reversed, what's happening is you know that there isn't a balance here and you know that you need to make a choice. And you already know what choice you need to make. The blindfold isn't there anymore. This is reversed. And the reason you're asking this is because you already know what choice you need to make for your happiness, but you don't want to step out and make the choice. And you're pretty much being called out for it because your guides are coming in here and saying, make the choice, make the choice. Like you know both mentally and with them telling you, like both ways, that you know what choice you need to make here. Because you not making one is pretty much allowing yourself just to continually be deceived, because what you're being shown in this relationship, or maybe what it started out as, was something that seemed like a wish come true, but like someone showed it like a freaking knight in shining armor, everything freaking perfect. But there was a lot of deception in that, and there was a lot of things that were taken, and it's almost like you need to understand that looking back at these things, it's almost like you are keeping yourself trapped from making a decision because you won't let go emotionally of what it started as, how it started as this beautiful wish coming true. Like, it was what you wanted, it was a soulmate, it was what was meant to happen, and it came into your life at the right time. It just seemed like everything was right, but it's like you have to realize not all most relationships don't stay with us forever, and that when it gets to a point where you are mentally getting affected this bad, where pieces of you are being stolen from you and you are being forced to detach yourself emotionally in order to protect yourself, it's not healthy. And this thing where it's just literally yelling at you, make the freaking decision already, because the thing is, the longer you put off making this decision, the worse this is going to get. I'm done. Three Swords. This freaking heartbreak. Look at this. Like, that's what this situation is. It's like, are you going to choose yourself, or are you going to choose to keep trying to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed? Because this isn't going to change. And the thing is, whichever choice you make, yes, you're going to have pain. You're going to feel this heartbreak because of what you're going through, but you're either going to decide to choose yourself and move on and heal the heartbreak that you did going through the situation and start over, or you're going to choose to stay there and continually have your heart broken over and over again in order to stay in something that's comfortable, hoping that it will go back to what it was when it won't. That was taken away. That was deceiving, is what that was. That was being tricked into something that you didn't know you were getting tricked into. And it's okay to realize that. It doesn't devalue you. It doesn't take away from your worth. What happened here doesn't say anything about you or your soul or anything like that. And even if this was like, we have multiple soulmates. There is not just one soulmate. We have soulmates that come as friends, romantic partners, family. It's just like people that connect to our soul. There's a lot more than one, which is why we have soul family, because we have so many people that link to our souls and teach us dreams. I don't know where that came from, but you probably need to get a hold of your dreams and get back on track with what you want to do with your life instead of letting this person tell you what you should be doing. But getting to this place where you can actually be honest with yourself instead of deceiving yourself and telling yourself that things are going to change when you're being given literal physical evidence that it's not, and it's tearing you apart, and you're deciding to stay in it just for staying's sake, is just at your detriment. So this is a choice you have to make, is what do you want to keep? Do you want to brave the unknown and start again with just yourself and allow yourself the time to heal and grow, or do you want to stay in this because it's what you know and allow your heart to be repeatedly broken? But yeah, that's what came through with that one time. And I'm not gonna lie, your guides are very protective, because when I was talking, I got that kind of weird authority feeling when I was talking. So you have very, how can I put this? Your guides have a presence where when they're around you, they make themselves known, as well as they're very straight to the point, which is probably why they're very upset right now, is because they're just watching this happen and they want you to pull yourself out of it so you can get on and up with what you're supposed to be doing. Well, hun, this is the time to be really stepping out and doing what you need to clear your space for yourself. And if they're with you and they're watching you, they are not going to be liking seeing you staying stuck in a situation where you're just kind of letting your light dwindle out to nothing. I say that and then my light dies. Okay, I don't know what else I can tell you here. Oh my god, this thing had freaking 3 bars. Where did that go? Okay. Okay. I guess this is where I am supposed to end this since it decided that, it really wanted to announce itself clearly here. But, like I was saying, for those, I'm telling you, my guys are pretty, they have a sense of humor. I don't even know what to think anymore. I just go with it. But for any viewers that watch this after, my contests are on my Facebook page, my Instagram. I'll be live again tomorrow for the collective reading where my viewers get to choose what I'm going to do for the collective reading. So you guys can come and vote live for that, and I'll do the collective reading for everybody. And I'll do more viewer readings as well. Yeah, we like being supportive here. We've had one time where a troll came in here and it just so happened to be on a roast day, and that was actually kind of funny. Oh, thank you, hon. I really appreciate that. If any of them follow, make sure that you tell me, so that way I can put your box in your box. So I can put your name in the contest more than once for you, okay? But definitely, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And some of you I might talk in Venus today if I get in there, because I got other stuff going on. But take care of yourselves, and I will see you all tomorrow. And once again, an announcement for Cinnamon Means Stop. Please contact me on either Messenger on my Facebook or on my Instagram so we can set up your 1-hour astrology reading that you won for the September contest. Just saying, because I've been trying to contact you. But everybody else have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.